Alright, let's talk about a gentleman named Tony Ream. He is 33 years old, and he hails from Greenville, South Carolina. Now, Mr. Ream finds himself in a rather significant spot of bother. He has been indicted by federal authorities, which, as you know, is never a good sign. The charges leveled against him are exceptionally serious. We're talking wire fraud and money laundering. Prosecutors are painting a picture of a man who allegedly helped himself to a truly staggering sum of company money. The current estimate for the alleged theft stands at approximately $1.6 million. That's not just a little bit of cash, it's a fortune. So where was Mr. Ream employed while all this was supposedly happening? He worked for a very large company. This wasn't some small local shop, it's a worldwide distributor of medical and dental supplies. Its headquarters are situated in Long Island, New York, specifically in a town called Melville. Mr. Ream joined this significant enterprise back in 2019. His initial role was within their credit department. This is the part of the company that handles money, credit lines, and importantly, customer accounts and refunds. It's a sensitive area requiring trustworthy individuals. Mr. Ream didn't stay in his starting position for too long. By 2020, he had earned a promotion. He was elevated to the role of credit supervisor. This new title came with increased responsibility naturally. He was now overseeing other employees within the department. He was also responsible for managing critical financial processes and workflows. This promotion, authorities suggest, not only placed him in a greater position of trust within the company, but also allegedly provided him with the enhanced access he needed to carry out the purported fraud. His supervisory role is a key element in these unfolding allegations. The legal gears have started grinding for Tony Ream. He was recently arraigned. This formal reading of charges took place in a federal court, indicating the gravity of the situation. The proceedings were held in New York, which is the jurisdiction where his employer is based, and where many of the alleged financial transactions originated or were directed. He appeared before United States Magistrate Judge Stephen I. Locke. Based on news reports, this crucial court appearance likely occurred on Friday, May 30, 2025. This arraignment marks the official commencement of what could be a lengthy and complex legal journey for Mr. Ream. Now let's delve into how this alleged $1.6 million theft actually occurred. According to the indictment, this wasn't a spur-of-the-moment decision or a single act. Oh no. The prosecution alleges that this scheme was methodically carried out over a period of approximately 4 years. 4 years! That's a considerable length of time to maintain such a deception. During this extended period, Ream is accused of systematically siphoning corporate funds. And these weren't just any funds, they were specifically diverted from customer refund accounts. Money that was supposed to go back to the company's clients. The mechanism for this alleged grand larceny, as detailed by prosecutors, involved wire transfers. It's a common tool in the world of finance, but here, it was allegedly used for illicit purposes. Ream reportedly initiated and directed these wire transfers. The money was moved from the company's legitimate bank account, and its destination? A bank account that he personally owned and controlled. The total amount allegedly funneled through this method reached that eye-watering figure of around $1.6 million. Each transfer was another step in this elaborate, alleged fraud. You might be wondering, how does a credit supervisor manage to allegedly orchestrate such a significant fraud for so long without setting off alarm bells? Well, the indictment sheds some light on this. Tony Ream is accused of actively deceiving employees who were under his direct supervision. He allegedly manipulated his subordinates, leveraging his authority to facilitate these fraudulent activities. This adds a particularly troubling dimension to the case. It's not just about the alleged theft from the company, it's also about the alleged exploitation and manipulation of his own team members. This alleged scheme, if proven true, paints a stark picture of a profound betrayal of trust. Mr. Ream, in his capacity as a credit supervisor, was entrusted with safeguarding the company's financial integrity. He was expected to protect its assets, not pilfer them. Instead, the authorities contend that he exploited his privileged position for substantial personal enrichment. He allegedly abused the authority vested in him by his employer. He betrayed the company that not only employed him but had also recognized his work with a promotion. The allegations point to a calculated and sustained pattern of deception. So, what does one allegedly do with $1.6 million that isn't rightfully theirs? If the accusations against Tony Ream are true, he certainly had some plans for the cash. United States Attorney Joseph Nocella Jr. put it quite bluntly. He stated that Ream used the company's money on the company's dime to fund his lifestyle. This wasn't about squirreling the money away in some offshore account, never to be seen again. No, this was allegedly about living it up, financing a life that perhaps his legitimate salary couldn't quite cover. The spending as outlined was quite diverse. One of the most notable alleged expenditures was for his own wedding. Yes, you read that correctly. Part of the nearly $1.6 million was purportedly used to pay for his wedding festivities. Weddings, as many know, can be extraordinarily expensive affairs, a landmark event in one's life. The idea that such a personal and significant celebration might have been bankrolled by allegedly stolen funds adds a rather audacious layer to the narrative. It's the kind of detail that makes people sit up and take notice, transforming a financial crime into something more personal and relatable. Beyond the personal celebrations, it appears Mr. Ream also harbored entrepreneurial ambitions. He allegedly channeled some of the misappropriated funds into a restaurant venture located in South Carolina. Unfortunately for him, and perhaps for anyone who ate there, this restaurant ultimately failed. The Department of Justice, in their announcements, did not specify the name or type of this culinary establishment. However, investing in the notoriously volatile restaurant industry is a significant financial undertaking. Using allegedly stolen capital for such a risky venture is, to put it mildly, a bold move. And the alleged spending spree didn't stop at weddings or ill-fated restaurants. It seems Tony Ream also developed a penchant for seeing the world comfortably. The indictment further alleges that a portion of the $1.6 million was spent on luxury vacations. This wasn't just a quick trip to a nearby state, it included international travel. So, while he was supposedly meticulously extracting funds from his employer, he was also, allegedly, jet-setting to various desirable locations. This paints a vivid picture of an individual apparently enjoying a rather lavish lifestyle, a lifestyle allegedly financed by a complex and sustained fraud. United States Attorney Joseph Nocella Jr. has been unequivocally clear in his condemnation of Tony Ream's alleged conduct. He didn't pull any punches, describing Ream as a thief. More than that, Nocella characterized him as someone who abused his authority and betrayed his employer. These are potent words coming from a leading federal prosecutor. Nocella elaborated that Ream's alleged motivation was to fund his lifestyle. This lifestyle, as we've discussed, included paying for renovations at the restaurant he opened, covering the costs of his own wedding, and traveling extensively around the world, all, as Nocella emphasized, on the company's dime. Mr. Nocella also took care to underscore the gravity of the alleged offenses. Embezzling company funds is a serious crime, he stated firmly, leaving no doubt about the government's perspective. This case is not being viewed as a minor infraction or a simple accounting error. And his office, the U.S. Attorney's Office, is fully prepared to act. Nocella declared, "My office will vigorously prosecute this case. The stated objective is clear, to ensure Ream is held accountable for his brazen scheme." That term, brazen, suggests a level of audacity and shamelessness in the alleged criminal enterprise that has clearly irked the authorities. Should Tony Ream be convicted of these serious federal charges, the potential repercussions are substantial. Wire fraud and money laundering are not taken lightly by the justice system. These offenses carry the possibility of very significant penalties. Specifically, if found guilty, Mr. Ream could face a sentence of up to 20 years in federal prison. 2 decades is an incredibly long period, a significant portion of anyone's life. This severe potential punishment reflects society's condemnation of large-scale financial fraud and serves as a powerful deterrent to others who might contemplate similar illicit paths. The resolve to pursue this case to its conclusion is evident. Both the Department of Justice, DOJ, and the United States Attorney's Office are deeply involved and fully committed to the prosecution of Tony Ream. Their collective aim is unambiguous: to ensure that he is held accountable for the actions he is alleged to have committed. This robust prosecutorial stance sends a clear message that white-collar crimes, particularly those involving a breach of trust and significant financial loss, will be met with the full force of the law. The wheels of justice, as they say, are now firmly in motion.